as part of the transformation. I'm missing a lot of names here. It's unknown. Who are the people? Well, besides here, Taylor L'Hopital, there's a lot of unknown. Some of these mathematics might be Newton because he did a lot. But 83, unknown security code logic, communication over public channels secretly, code breaking. Okay, number 10. Page 10. Number 84, Nash question mark, logic of love. Nash recently died. He suffered from mental illness. He's considered a genius. So also his son he won a Nobel Prize in economics, I think. They did a movie about his life called A Beautiful Mind. Logic of love. Nash, 84. Effect of love, whatever the degree in relationship of people, whether one loves the other deeply, only as a friend or a neighbor, etc., and one of these for the other person, whether he feels the same or different. This is the most important logic according to one Nobel Prize winner, 1994. I think that movie won Best Picture of the Year. Number 85, Weber. Study people by reproducing in yourself the purposive reasoning of the actors. Useful in social science since people, unlike objects, have motives. Number 86, Weber. Empathy logic. Put yourself in the place of the actor and understand things as the actor sees them. Social science. You may need to learn a lot about what he knows to do this. Number 87, Marx. If system has conflict, e.g. of classes, then it will result in revolution, change in system. That's because people are not happy. Number 88, unknown. Cause and effect science. Establish cause and effect relationships. Durkheim, idea for sociology 2. Number 89, end and means science. Establish ends and means for society. Durkheim, idea for sociology 2. Plan is just finding means, but here must find goal first, question mark. Number 90, Piaget, question mark. Reasoning of children have several stages. Number 91, unknown. Reasoning of women. Elaborate. More reliance on emotions, question mark. We've never really had a great mathematician that was a woman in history, except maybe Hypatia or Nomer. But the vast majority of them are men. I don't know if there's a reason for that. Although before, women used to take care of babies. Now, 100 years ago, there was no women doctors even, really. Now there's more than half of doctors are women. In fact, where I work now, I think one resident doctor just is leaving soon to go on paternity leave, so take care of his baby, because I think his wife works. The world things have really changed. The father used to support the family. Now he's a doctor. It's an important job. He has to stop working as a doctor to stay home to take care of his baby. God bless. This baby is 5 months old, so soon he has to take care of the baby. Number 85. Oh wait, no, sorry. No, reasoning of women. Okay. Well, women reasoning. That's a question. Any men and women. You want men and women to be different, right? Most people, what they don't want is to say that men are superior or women are superior. But you want men and women to be different. Makes life more interesting. I mean, obviously the body is different, but you know. before, well, anyway, for the intellectuals, they used to say, well, now you have a lot of homosexuals, a lot of gay people, so, but before they used to say, the man, the number one perfection was intelligence. Okay, so if men are more intelligent, then men are superior. Then some people say men are more aggressive too. Women are more caring. The philosophers, they put morality as second. Morality, part of that is caring. So if women are more caring or more than men, then women would be second to men. But a long time ago, they didn't even believe in freedom. That's probably the reason why morality was also lower. Religion, morality, needed free will, but there was no free will. Aristotle, Spinoza, Einstein, all of Maimonides, all of them really argued against free will. So morality was not really very important. You didn't choose it. Will was part of the intellect. But after Kant argued that free will might be possible. I add a lot to that, so I'll give an argument that free will might be possible. I even try to prove that there is free will. So then morality will become more important. So if morality exists and there is free will, and morality might become just as important as intelligence. I mean, in this world, we need intelligent people to solve problems, but we also need people to do good deeds, because there's so many people suffering. You need people who care. No, on top of that too, before people used to think life is just work. And even the religion introduces more suffering and laws. But you need a reason to live. You need to rest. You need fun also. Now a lot of people, there's a lot of suicide also, because people are just suffering. They don't want to live. So you need a reason. Sometimes you could be in a situation that seems like a dead end. Or sometimes you could be lonely. Music too can make you feel less lonely. So if we need to rest, we need pleasure, then intelligence is not the only thing. Even they saw God as a pure intellect. No, but on Star Trek Voyager they said that intelligent people wouldn't even like God, I guess, would not be interested in us. Where intelligence is nothing for God. But God might be interested in our art, like our music or something, because it affects God or these aliens emotionally. Well, you want to teach God? Well, actually, also, you want to teach God something? Come on. Unless, of course, also if you had free will, then even God does not know how you'll behave, because it's not determined. It's completely arbitrary. It's your choice. So God can learn from you by watching what choices you make, because you don't know what you're going to do, so God cannot know. So if you had free will, then morality might be just as important as intelligence. Yeah, in fact, you have saints, or tzaddikim as they call them, or righteous people, and you have intellectuals. You might need both of them. Well, I don't know if it's possible. What if you have a genius who's a criminal? It's not very good. Although to become a genius you might need a lot of hard work, so it's unlikely that a criminal will spend the time for that. Anyway, so the question of freedom might be important. Okay, so women versus men. Anyway, you have Superman and you have Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is more popular than Supergirl, and Superman is more popular than Wonder Man. A recent survey in the Gazette of Montreal said that doctors, male and female, were the #1 choice for dating. And that also, and women models were #1 for dating also. But male models didn't even make the list. But I mean, a lot of people, women were crazy over Elvis, so I don't know. Okay, number 92. Unknown. Reasoning of animals, species by species or genus by genus. Aristotle believed animals cannot think, or machines likely also. Well, Descartes, I think, didn't think machines couldn't think. Maybe they do, though they rely more on intuition or reflexes. I mean, animals. I think one researcher trained a gorilla 1,000 words or something, whatever. Coco the gorilla. Okay. Number 93, unknown. Reasoning of people with learning disabilities. For example, unable to do arithmetic or unable to read or write. Number 94, unknown. Reasoning of angels, first considered by St. Thomas Aquinas or Maimonides, or Aristotle even. Number 95, Maimonides question mark. Reasoning of God. He gives definition of God as the intellect and the intellectual subject and intellectually cognized object, all forming one simple notion. God may have many methods in common with us, since 1 + 1 = 2 math for everyone, for example, if you use base 2. Einstein said, I want to know God's thoughts, although for Einstein maybe God was nature, because he didn't believe in a personal God or immortality or free will. So, although I don't think he ever really proved any of that, mostly he did physics. I mean, his physics is very complicated, but he didn't really, he speaks about theology, but he didn't really, I don't think he did any work on that. I mean, so you can believe Einstein physics, but on theology or psychology, it's not his specialty. Although maybe he thought theology and psychology reduced to physics. But anyway, I think at the very least, you need algorithms to add to physics. It's not enough to have mathematics. He criticized Kant, but indirectly. Anyway, I argue, he denied free will. I argue that we have free will. I give over 1,000 proofs that there is a God anyway, so you have to go beyond. Because Einstein just considered this world, I try and go to the transcendental world. No, that would be a revolution in physics. Like Einstein tried to unify everything, I tried to separate things. Like take physics as a model of the whole universe, like he has in Einstein's field equation of general relativity, and separate it into just physics and psychology and then theology. And even in physics I had algorithms, which might have explained actually the problems in quantum mechanics too, because you have algorithms. Electrons and other particles are able to make decisions, not just obey laws of mathematics by instinct or whatever. Let alone if they have free will, let alone if you have miracles coming from God, let alone if God changes the laws of nature. Well, in a way, we might be able to change the laws of nature. Look at a computer. A computer is just a piece of rock, or a TV set, or a computer. It's just a piece of rock, and we just rearranged its elements, and we get communications devices. I mean, we're able to communicate to the other side of the world, or we're able to, well, or we're able to create a thinking machine, just by rearranging things, or create rockets, a space shuttle, just by rearranging the elements of things. It's like it obeys different laws. So a question is like, if we rearrange the planets or our solar system or the galaxy from simple just motion, arbitrary, into organized motion, then we might change the galaxy into a computer, or the solar system into a computer, because it will not be random, but move in an intellectual way, organized way. Maybe it already does. So the universe is really a computer, or the galaxy is a computer. So physics really doesn't disclose. So that would be a revolution of Einstein. Just change the galaxy into a computer. And even in psychology, well, you have to add agents because now you don't have just physics, you have psychology, because you have to add algorithms or thinking agents, or you know if they're free. Plus you might have to add angels and God. Well, Newton took away angels and God, but you might have to bring them back. Not as the cause of motion. I mean, you might have the law of inertia, but number 95, Maimonides' reasoning of God. Okay. Yeah, okay. Number 96, unknown, reverse engineering. Figure out the design created by another person, e.g. a computer, by taking it apart and putting it back together, and then using the acquired design principles to create your own design. Science fiction shows, e.g. Star Trek, are like this a bit, in the sense that they let you start from the goal design and try to progress towards it from where you are. Human body studied by reverse engineering only. It is very delicate, and you can't take it apart except only in some senses. Well, some engineers did this illegally. I mean, they open up the computers of their competition and to reverse engineer it, and then they go and use the same principles to build similar computers on their own, because there's copyright. So you're not supposed to check the secrets of your competition. In fact, spying in the army, spying is punishable by death. So if a soldier is caught spying, it could be killed. But many companies spy on other companies, espionage. In fact, once I heard that the United States, I think, sent a technician to fix the photocopy machine of a Russian embassy, and the technician put a camera inside the photocopy machine of the photocopy machine, and then months later or something, he went back to fix it, to check on it, and he took the camera. So he had pictures of all the documents that the Russian embassy was sending to Russia, and they were spying on them. But they put a camera in the house there, and in the office. That was the Americans did that to the Russians. Plus, even like the Americans are not pure. I mean, even the Second World War. I mean, Hitler was. The only reason they went into the First War was because the leader of Austria was killed. So Hitler and Germany had to go into it because they were allies. I mean, that's what allies do. And the Second World War, there was so many